Hey there, I'm making a video on how I'm going to install a router lift with a few bolts and nuts for my Bosch EVS 1617 router. There's another YouTuber out there who does a similar trick, but he doesn't show how to do it on the Bosch. This is the stock collar that comes with it. And you'll notice here, there used to be a little washer to stop the screw from popping out. But that thing's so flimsy it popped out about the third time I had the router fixed upside down on the table. And I set it up on the drill press, clamped it down, and I'm ready to get to it. Okay, now you can see I've got 3 holes, large bores that can fit the 3/8 inch rod. Alright, next thing I gotta do is create a template for which I can cut a piece of wood that will fit up against the edge of the router and retain the pipe clamp. So to get the right curvature, I'm just going to go ahead and trace the inner diameter, the inner side of the collar here, so that I can cut out a piece of wood on the bandsaw that'll fit nice and snug up against the barrel of the router. Change the plans. I found a good piece of walnut in my scrap pile, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. Transfer the template onto the walnut, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on. Alright, I've got the shape sanded down, and I realize it's a little too thick. I gotta cut it down to about a 3/4 inch slice, so it'll fit on the barrel of the router better. So I'm setting up to do that cut now. Alright, now that I made the hole here, I have to designate this as the, just one side as the top side, so I don't forget. And the easiest way I found for inserting these threaded inserts is to just take a bolt of the same sizing and put some nuts on the end of it, lock it in place, and then insert this into the drill bit, screw this on, and drive it through. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm trying to get this down to a hex. I realized I need a reference, so I fixed this plumber tape on with a nut, and I'm going to use that as my guide for when I grind it down. And I'll just turn with each turn of the nut, and that'll give me a perfect hex when I'm done, 6-sided. Alright, as you can see, that all worked out pretty well. I've got 6 sides now ground down. So alright, now I've got everything in place here. Just wanted to point out these two are locked together, these 2 nuts and these 2, so it creates this gap where the router can slide, the rod can slide through. So I'll go ahead and attach the end here, and you can see as I spin it, slides up, push it, and we go back down. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the router plate, try it from above, but that's pretty much it. Just adjusting through that hex nut, just with the hex attachment onto my drill bit. Or I suppose you could do it with a screwdriver too if you want to do more hand fine-tuning. Alright, so the router lift's completed. You can see the hex area where I can basically bring the router up and down. It's down. Bring it up. The one thing you have to be careful about is when you're adjusting, the clamp is open. When you're ready to route, you tighten the clamp. And I did make one adjustment to the setup from what I originally had. I basically just chamfered the edge of this. I don't know if you can see it. Chamfered the edge of this to set deeper into the groove on the router, just so I could get more ability to bring the bit head up through. I guess if I wanted to be able to slide the cover all the way down, I'd have to secure it somewhere over here. But since I already made this wood piece with the insert, and this gets me basically to the full depth of the bit. Alright, thanks a lot for watching.